Got my new car. 193,000 miles. All-wheel drive. One owner. Old guy. Died. 6,500. This I just got dropped off to pick it up. All-wheel drive is the big one. This is a great engine in this too. Honda Ridgeline. These engines go forever, like the 4.3. I want to give Marty my pickup, but he said he wants to pay me for it. But I got my money worth out of it. I paid $8,000 for that. Put 60,000 miles on it. Drive is awesome, man. I didn't even know they made this truck, and I never even remember seeing them anywhere. And they get a good rating too. Only bitch people have about them is they're so ugly, which is, you know, and it's got seat covers, but I took the seat covers off and they're in good shape, so I guess the guy did take care of it. Yeah, now on that pickup, that EcoBoost and that 2012 F-150, that thing should, people act like they ought to get an award if it makes it to 200,000 miles, and I've got 301, so the writing's on the wall. And I just don't, I mean, I don't really care if it's just me going places, but I wanted to do some winter photography in Michigan, and I wanted to go up there in the winter and get this kayak. And I didn't because of that 150 two-wheel drive, sucks in the snow. And this I can fit, I think I can fit my swap tires and leave them in the back, because, you know, if you have winter tires only, you know, they're so much better in the snow. But if it's above, I think 40, but really anywhere above 32, you will wear those things out. If I had all winter tires and we got these crazy winters, now this was a normal winter up there, so it wasn't any big deal, but I still got 600 miles to go before I hit snow sometimes, and it just doesn't make sense. But if I have 4 winter tires, I'll put them on, put them off. I'll leave them up in Michigan, or maybe I think I'll carry them around with me, to tell you the truth. Because I won't have anything in the back anyway. I don't know if they make a cab for these. This thing rides smooth. Now they bitch about them being smaller. It is smaller, but that's fine with me. I have 4 trail cams set up tonight. 2 trail cams we had set out trying to get some coyotes, and neither camera went off. One, the batteries were dead, and I checked them before I went out there, and I don't get that. And the other one, I only got myself walking away from the camera. Now the 2 I put out, that's where I got that raccoon and that possum. But tonight I'm hoping to get something different. I mean, I kind of got bored with it because it's going to be possums, raccoons, and occasional coyote. I have gray fox, red fox that I got when I put a ham out. And that's about it, raccoons. There are bobcats down here. I'd love to get a bobcat. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, it's like anything, you get bored with stuff. And you want to see, like, cool stuff. Now another thing, this gets good gas mileage too. It gets way better gas mileage, like 8 more miles a gallon on the highway. And it's hard to believe, man. I can see why. I mean, I'm doing 55 at 1700 RPMs. That's good. Now let me see what it goes up to. And it's a 6. I'm telling you, You know what's interesting on these trucks, like take the F-250s and the 350s with the diesels. I think those were 9 or 11 speed transmissions, I'm not sure. But believe it or not, in that big old diesels that Marty has, 250 and 350s, I've actually got 22 and 23 miles a gallon on the highway doing 70 miles an hour. So if you can do it with a big ass heavy truck, now it is high compression and it is a diesel engine, but I'd love to know anybody out there with those big block Ford or Chevy engines with these newer transmissions on these heavy vehicles. You know, because the government's on their ass about mileage. I'd love to know what the miles are in those big block engines. I mean, the point being, I think it jacks the price of the car up quite a bit because it's a more complex transmission. But as far as gas mileage goes, you can make it happen. And this gets pretty good too. And this can actually tow 5,000 pounds. I hardly ever tow anything, so it's not really an issue. Okay, put up new fence. I had cattle before, and I rented property where I had horses. I'm telling you, I don't know how people are. I'm constantly worried they're going to get out. If they get out and the car smacks them, you're in major trouble. I know a guy that was in the hospital 18 months from hitting a beef cattle. I've read in farm magazines and stuff where people don't tag them always. Now you tag them in case they get loose and nothing happens. You want them back. It's about $3,000 for a good steer. But if somebody runs into one, you want to say that's not my cow. There's two schools of thought on that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get that pickup over there. Be able to put my stuff in here. I gotta check that bed out. I don't know. It looks like a pretty short bed. I don't know if I could fit 4 tires in there or not. All-weather tires just don't cut it. I don't care what they say. I'm not sure what size tires these are either. But this is perfect. I'll drive this thing for 500,000 miles, hopefully. But on these trucks, like these 8, there's a big difference, man, in these 8s and 6s. I mean, mine's a 6, but you know, they have to turbocharge them to get any torque out of them to pull anything from a standstill. So you're right back to crappy gas mileage again. I'd rather get an 8. It's about the same gas mileage, believe it or not. But again, you know, the government's on them. Plus, I put that whole 61,000 miles on my F-150. Those were the tires it came with. Those good Michelin, those top-line, Michigan top-of-the-line Michelins. I think it's like $1,200 a set, but it's worth it. I've had them on other vehicles. You never get flats. They wear good. Go to a place where you can get them like swamped and stuff. Thing I'm worried about a little bit, if I can fit 4 tires in the back. I have to look. I didn't really check that out too much. I got out of putting tires on that 152, which is good. But it did keep me from going to Michigan this winter, so. Nice day today. Be nice all week. A deer standing out in the road.